I'm very fortunate to have met this morning Mrs. Anne Wyles from the UK, who is a buyer in the UK and who has just attended Lifestyle Vietnam in Ho Chi Minh City. So, very welcome to Hanoi,
Thank
Mrs.
you.
Wyles. It's a pleasure to have you here in our capital city of Hanoi. And I'm going to ask you a few questions concerning your attendance at Lifestyle. But first, I would like to ask you to introduce your company, the products you are dealing with, and where do you import from?
Well, our company is called the India Shop, and we import from India. We've been importing fair trade handicrafts for 25 years, and most of our things are beautiful things for the home. We import incense, a little pottery, all sorts of handicrafts, and we work with about 11 groups in India. Mm-hmm. And we have worked with them for a long time.
Mm-hmm. You say you've been importing for 25 years fair trade. Did fair trade exist 25 years ago?
It was a baby.
Okay. So, in the UK, how many shops do you have, and what is the business you're doing in the UK?
In the UK, we have 3 shops.
Yes.
But our main business is a wholesale business, and we sell to about 1,000 small shops, mm-hmm. In perhaps each one in a little market town, and they'll buy a few of our products, and some will buy many of our products. Mm-hmm. Some are fair trade shops, dealing specifically with fair trade items, and we also deal with Amnesty International. They run a large mail order catalogue, and they're wonderful customers of ours.
Do you find in the UK that fair trade is a plus to your business? In other words, consumers particularly value fair trade products in the UK?
Yes. There's a hard core of people who are definitely interested in it, but the main thing with the product is that the product should be beautiful. Mm-hmm. If the product is beautiful, then people will buy it and they'll say, oh yes, and it's fair trade as well, that's wonderful. Mm-hmm. But it's very important to get the design right.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. You put the stress on a key word for us, design. We tried very much this year to put the emphasis on design in our exhibition in Lifestyle. I hope we succeeded to an extent. But the next question I want to ask you is, why did you come to Vietnam and therefore to Lifestyle? You've been buying from India for a long, long time. Have you been buying from other countries? And why did you come to Vietnam?
Well, we bought a little from Cambodia last year.
Okay.
And that sold extremely well. Mm-hmm. So we were excited about that. Mm-hmm. And this year we visited Ambiente in Frankfurt. Mm-hmm. And we met Mr. Nock there.
Mr. Nock, yes.
Who sold us Lifestyle.
He's a great salesman. Yes, he sold you attending Lifestyle. Very good.
But we walked round and round the big hall in Ambiente, and we saw beautiful, beautiful products from Vietnam. So we thought we had to come.
Thank you. I'm happy that the vice chairman of Vietcraft and the products of Vietnam sold themselves and made you come to a Lifestyle. So my next question would be, you just attended Lifestyle for 4 days. What do you think? Was it worth your visit? Did you get what you wanted? What are your feelings and impressions?
Well, we found it very well organized. We were very pleased and a little surprised that it was as nice as it was. It was really good. We loved the way somebody had thought about how it would be for the buyers. The temperature was fine. Of course, you must know we had come straight from UK, which has had the coldest spring for a century, I think.
Really?
It was a big change to come to Ho Chi Minh. And we very much appreciated the help we got from the girls on the desk. They were great. And silly little thing, the water. It was so wonderful to have bottles of water given to us at all times. It was really good. Mm-hmm. And we loved the products. we met a lot of new suppliers, and we were genuinely very pleased with the fair.
Thank you. Yeah, you talked about the weather. Maybe you're not blessed in the UK. You say a century of cold weather. We are blessed in Ho Chi Minh City. We have all around good weather. And when you were there, the outside temperature was 34 degrees about, but we had good cooling system inside. And as you mentioned, the water helped also. So you found what you were looking for. Did you spend the whole 4 days going around, or how did you organize your time?
We spent 3 days going around. About the afternoon of the third day, or the morning of the third day, we went on one of your tours to see 3 different sorts of businesses, which was extremely interesting for us. They were large, well-managed concerns. We're really more interested in buying from supporting small rural industries, but it was very interesting to see actually the process of how things were made. We saw furniture,
yes,
and we saw lacquer,
yes,
and we saw our handicraft things. So they were doing some very interesting work with recycling, which we enjoyed very much.
Very good. Did you have time to visit a little bit the sights of Ho Chi Minh City?
Not really.
Before or after?
Not really.
Not really.
Next
time.
We went shopping.
Okay, that's good enough. Thank you. Exports of Vietnam, thank you. So next time. But you came to Hanoi now, so we are very happy you came. Did you find that in your 3 days of going around the exhibits that the suppliers were well prepared? I mean, the exhibitors and suppliers were well prepared. They spoke good enough English, and they were trained enough to enter into negotiations with foreign buyers.
Yes, we had no problem at all with the language. We were slightly surprised because we are also exhibitors in the UK when we're selling as wholesalers to our small shops, and we have to price everything, absolutely everything, on the stand before we go.
Yes.
Now, here in Vietnam, no prices
we
anywhere.
We don't price. we bargain.
Different negotiation.
Yeah. No, but this is true. In fact, you probably had to negotiate, and therefore you had to negotiate the price as well.
Yes.
Right?
We're not very good negotiators. We usually pay what they ask.
Well, in Vietnam, it's a little different business culture. Most times, not always, but most times. Very good. And what about the assistance service from the reception desk and the announcements and the facilities? Was that satisfactory to you?
Well, it was absolutely fine to us. We're used to going to an Indian fair. It was great. The girls couldn't have been more helpful. And we were always very late with lunch, so we found that in fact there was plenty of room for us.
Oh, good. Good timing. Good organization. Yeah. Very good. And we are running Lifestyle in Ho Chi Minh City every year, always at the same dates, which are 18 to 21 of April. We will do it again next year, of course. What would be your suggestions for improvement of our organization and services at Lifestyle next year?
Well, we certainly plan to come next year.
Thank you.
What would have helped us very much would be if certain people only want to export full container. Now, I don't want to import a whole container of stuff from somebody I've only just met. It's risky for both sides. What would be really good would be if there were people who were prepared to have a smaller order, a sample order, could have a special star by their name or a special sign that would help buyers, because it's hard. You spend an hour talking to someone, then at the end they say, but of course it's only a full container, and it's a waste of their time, it's a waste of our time.
I understand.
So that really is the only improvement I can think of. Otherwise, we were very happy with it.
Thank you very much. So we'll take that into account. If you have any thoughts, further thoughts on how to improve ourselves, because we always look at how to improve ourselves, don't hesitate, write us emails. We'll take everything you recommend into consideration without any doubt. Now, you've been buying from other countries. Vietnam is a new country for suppliers.
Yes.
Like yourself. Do you think we have a good future? Do you think we have a market niche in the international markets for what we are trying to promote?
Well, we found lovely, lovely, lovely things. We placed 4 firm orders at the show, at the fair, and we're placing other orders now. We placed 2 more while we're here in Hanoi, and we've been introduced to further small rural industries, and we're placing 2 or 3 more orders after that. So we're very happy. I'm hoping they'll all sell really well.
Excellent. I know the economic situation in the UK is not very good right now. In fact, it's not very good in the whole of Europe. But we do hope also that what you bought in Vietnam, what you ordered and bought in Vietnam will sell. We do hope. And we look forward very much to seeing you again next year. But before that, please enjoy our capital city, Hanoi. It's a beautiful city. We are very happy to welcome you. Anything we can do for you in Hanoi, don't hesitate to ask. We are at your service.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.